All right, let's watch this. Okay, let's watch Boston's POV. Good break. They end up dying. So I haven't seen this map, so I'm going to be watching it as soon as for the first time here. So FaZe get 2 down. I'm interested to see what FaZe's game plan is going to be here. They get 2 down. 40 seconds left. Their win condition is to soak. They know where they're going to be spawning. Are they going to take space? Are they going to play to trade? Because I would expect him to stay alive, him to push out slightly, him to play his life, him to play his one. This is where now I expect these two guys, it's a 4 versus 2. First question to you guys, in a 4 versus 2, what do we want to do? Good man. Yeah, so right here, use your numbers, right? Use your numbers, playoff info, trade. Now, this is the first distinction I need you guys to have. Trading is not the same as team fighting. What I would expect here, from the side that they have, with 42 seconds left, the first wave, right, going into the second wave, their win condition is to soak, okay? Now, you have your game plans, you have your systems, you have certain areas of the map that you want to continuously refill. Call of Duty is now evolving to the fact where when you get information, when you know where the last 2 people are, I would expect them to fight together. As in, they are trying to take 1v2s, 1v3s together. In this situation, we know where he is, we know where he is, we know where both people are, and he's weak, which limits what he can do. We know he's weak, therefore there's a good chance, because he's weak, put your mind in the shoes of the enemy. You know he's probably going to back off, buy time, hold progression, probably not challenge, right? So I would expect number 1 to ape it down. I would expect 1 and 3 to ape it down and potentially try and fight these 2, whatever it looks like in the moment, to win this wave and then play good positions the next wave. This is how this game specifically ends up evolving. Let's see how Spa ends up playing here. There you go. He's 1 shot. So right here, I want them to take more space. I really don't know if I like the fact that we're giving Boston so much map control, because then things like this happen. But like, what do you see Boston doing good here? And this is the point I'm trying to get across to you guys, is what do you see? Team shots, right? This is how the game evolves, is you'll have your game plans and you'll have your systems. Game plans and systems, meaning what areas of the map do we want to control? What areas of the map do we want to fight? Based on whatever's going on in the moment. Based on the hills, so on and so forth, right? And this is what I want to see. Is they're in tradable positions, but look, they're taking 2v1s on him first and then him. Right? Do you see the slight difference between the way Boston have done it versus the way FaZe have done it? Now, you could argue, well, is this intentional? Is this luck? What? So, these are the little things where I think if FaZe can really adopt that mindset of embracing fighting together, I think they'll start to get more success. It's like right here. It's just the fact that we're trying to take fights together, but then we're opening up timings for other people to make plays. Because of the fact that it starts from the first, I don't want to say bad decision, but the first lack of punishing teams in an advantage, then they get bailed out. Interesting. This is fine. Now we're playing the wave. Now right here, FaZe are in good positions. Good positions meaning you increase your percentage chance of winning your next gunfight because you're in either a power position, a good position, or a position for the weapon that you have. I expect them right here to come off spawn, pick up the lanes, understand where the pressure's coming from with the information that they have. They'll time their utilities, time their nades, and then once they get that information, I expect them to start making calls to challenge together, fight together, right? 04's done a very good job playing ahead, playing a power position right here. Now we know 50 seconds, first wave of new. We know, okay, potentially they're going to have mid, potentially they could pinch. We know they have the entirety of the map, right? So everyone will have a job. Everyone will have like a responsibility. So once they start getting information, I'm predicting a 3-1 from Boston here. So that way he's watching the pinch. These guys can then read the pressure based on wherever Boston are going to be. Now I'm expecting them to fight together, play tradable positions, and now look at the way, we'll see the way that they fight. They get naded, he gets stunned. You're not inconsistent. You're untrained in the places that actually decide ranked. Some days you're frying, other days you're losing all kinds of gunfights that you know you should be winning. What I'm going to show you guys is the downloadable ranked course so you can have the same kind of systems that the world champions used. What I want you to do, guys, is go to dreal.co.uk, go to services, go to courses. Train like the top 1% of Call of Duty players. This is what you're going to get. You're going to stop guessing in fights. You're going to have rules. Your aim is going to be more consistent. You are going to become the player that people are going to remember. The secret aren't in your settings. Most of you guys watching, you want tips and tricks. But what the top 1% do is fundamentals, movement, aim science, decision template, training plan, mindset drills. You get a lot of packages. If you are tired of being almost good, almost there, this is guaranteed to be the switch. Turn your effort into results and download the course. Train like the top 1%. Even just, this is fine. Even just this. He gets back down, which is fine. And then Boston do a really, really good job of breaking the hill. Easy question for you guys. Looking at Boston, what do? What's the magic formula from Boston right here? What are they doing right here, which is fantastic on the break? First of all, someone tell me what they're doing, and then someone tell me as simply as you can why. Why is this good? What? And then I want you to break it down from, like, imagine you're playing. So someone give me the what. Look at Boston. Easy. One of my students give me the what. 3-1 break. Very good. All right, 3-1. Boom. Easy stuff. These are the rules. All right, why? Ape together. Good. Why? Why is it? Okay, break it down. I want you guys to put yourself in the shoes of the pro players. Okay? Think of it as though you're draws. Why is this impossible for him? Why is it impossible? Can't kill them all in a sense. Good. He can't kill them all, right? He can't. But what? Do you think he can get one kill? He can't shoot all three at the same time. So what's going to happen? So what is it? What is it? Multiple. Good. Multiple. He's getting team shot. Now this is where the game goes between understanding what your game plan is. So we go from our game plans on our systems. We know what we need to do in the wave. We're predicting based on the wave what map control we have, what information we have, who could be where. We don't know if we're Boston where everyone's going to be, but we know if we're Boston they have new and we have someone mid, right? Plain information. So the information, the input you have in the moment, you try and evaluate and make a good decision. Right here, their game plan is to do a 3-1 because of the reasons that we stated. Now, the reason, look at this. When you're Boston, is you're then taking the same fights. This is the point I'm trying to make. When you take the same fights, you isolate people. Isolate. This is the biggest thing that pro teams are going to start doing, and the best ones have figured it out. Is in the actual situation, they're playing tight. These guys are in tradable positions, right? Would you agree? Would you guys agree or not that FaZe are in tradable positions? Do we say aye? If we don't agree, say nay. Do we agree? Do we agree? Say aye. And then look at them. They're fighting together. They're trying to take a 2v1, which is good. But at this point, it's like, okay, we back him down. He doesn't take the fight. And now they're isolated. Now they can't fight together. And that's all. That's what COD ends up becoming. So now look at this. He gets cameraed. Purge is obviously going to clear things. Check where he thinks people are going to be naturally as you're going towards the time. You're clearing common spots, common angles, where you think people are going to be as you're progressing up the map. And then from that, they have numbers. And now they should, if I'm Boston, activate and fight together. That's how you do it. Now look at him. I mean, nah. Oh. All right. All of that for nothing. But the play was good though. But you get the idea. And they get bailed out. and then guess what? I've just given you a whole 10-minute summary. They end up getting team naded. All good. Next time, no team nades. All good. I appreciate you. No, I appreciate it, brother. All right, hold on. Because they do a good job initially getting the first kill of the next wave. Now, my problem is after this, how can we get more involved? How can we team fight together? Right? How can we team chal together? Do we give up the back? Do we all ape out together? Does he help fight and then this guy refills and we spawn him behind based on where number 2 is? Do we do that? Because I'm thinking now is like, how do we get everyone more involved and we say fuck the spawns and we just adapt in the moment? Because now the reason why I'm thinking this is because we're in a 4v3 with 42 seconds left, right? Our win condition is to soak. You can play to flip and adapt in the moment as long as you win the next wave. And the way you do this is by team fighting, because we've established trading is not the same as team fighting. So guys, what did you think they could do differently here? What do you think? If our objective in a 4v3 is to potentially fight together because we have 2 people out to try and take the same fights and we play the kills turn around afterwards, what do you, I'm curious to know, what do you guys think? Do you agree with that? Obviously, we know one guy's here. We don't know where 7 is. 3 is low-key kind of useless, low P5. Don't you think he could play a better position to get a better shot? The reason why I don't think 3 is low-key useless is because he's got plenty of information. As long as he can, in my opinion, as long as he can play off a teammate and activate at the same time, the way, in my opinion, 0-4 could be useless is if he plays his life a bit too long. If he plays his life too long and they then make him irrelevant, this guy's in a 2v1. They then isolate this guy in a 2v1. Are you guys starting to see what I'm saying about the team fights? Is you have to now look at the game, is we have established game plans, but then with the information we have, how do we 2v1, 2v1, 3v1, 2v1, 3v1, 2v1, 3v1? It's not good enough just to be in tradable positions if teams are going to be fast at taking fights together, right? Because now, the fact that he gets that first kill, in my opinion, I mean, good. But then he gets traded. Imagine he gets traded here. Boom. And now he's in a potential 2v1 if this guy's not fast enough, right? And because the games are fast, they might not give him time to even make that decision. And that's why Paris are having so much success, is because I see it through pattern recognition that they're fighting together. So right here, I'm trying to problem solve, and I'm thinking, okay, if we're in this situation, I know we have all the info in the world, but like, how do we help each other fight together fast instead of just being in 2v1s, right? Because then look what happens here. He loses his 1 from 5 because he wallbangs him. Because look, 5 completely ignores number 4, runs towards the hill. So then it's like, how do we get more involved so bad timings like that don't happen? Because good teams are going to ignore you. They're going to leave you. Why? Because, again, it's a game of numbers, right? So I'm thinking here, look at him. He's reading the spawns towards the back. He gets good timing. And this is like, they have the talent. Like, believe me, they got the talent. Okay, right, guys, situation. Tell me the situation right now. Tell me the sitch. Kowalski, analysis. Give me the sitch right now. Anyone. Someone tell me something. What's the tie? It's a 4v2 bet. All right. Based on what I've just said, what do we need to do? There's 2 things. What do we got to do? Basically, well, there's more than 2 things, but if we got numbers, what we got to do? If you guys have been paying attention, someone tell me. I know you guys have been listening. Trade and use numbers. More importantly, trading is not what? Yes, we can trade, but what is it not? What is it not? What is it not? I hate you. I hate you. Team shooting. It ain't team shooting. So right here, I'm thinking, all right, 4v2. We know where this guy is. We know where this guy is. What should we be doing? What should this guy be doing? What should this guy be doing? Talk to me, big dog. There we go. There you go. Congratulations, you guys are now on the FaZe fucking staff. You're all right. You got to be blitzing. But most importantly, we know where two people are. You just have to decide in the moment, how do we 2v1 someone? Remember, trading is not the same as team shooting, right? These are the situations where I expect the Zaza brothers right here to be fighting together. So let's see what they do, because once they fight together, then they can ISO this guy, and then they're going to read one step ahead. They're going to play ahead. They're going to play ahead because now they're going to know where Boston are going to be spawning. When they know Boston are going to be spawning, they have a free life if needed. They're going to use information, and then they're going to basically take fights together, right? So let's see how the Zaza brothers play it. See, this is good. Genuinely, this is good. The fact that they can do it here on a situation so simple like this, they can do it everywhere. This is, if they do this more consistently, I think their hard points will be more consistent, right? They don't need a change. They just got to do more of this. Now, I'm expecting right here, say less. We know one guy's around this area, could go either side. All right, bump out. Bump out, we take the same fights. I'm expecting them to fight together, clean this wave, and now you know exactly where they're spawning based on your location, and then you play good positions and take same fights. Funnel them through again. Simple, honestly, simple as that. Whatever your game plans are, whatever you need to refill, you go do the same shit again, but make sure you play to take the same fights and isolate without hesitation. You hear your teammates say something, I don't care what you're doing, you go do it. You don't make your own shit up, you just listen to him, you go do it. So let's see how they play the situation. Oh! Let's assume Draz is still alive, right? Draz is here. There's one thing I still do not like. But look at the minimap. Look at the minimap, right? Look at the minimap. I'm going to make it even bigger for you guys. What do you think I do not like? Exactly. False God, exactly. But who specifically should be going, in my opinione? Who? Who do you guys think should be going and why? Boozer. Oh wait, no, Draz is dead. It should be both. It should be both. Right? The reason why is because now you're in basically a 4 versus 1. The last guy of the wave. He should have gone, and he should have gone. Why? Use numbers. Again, trading is not the same as team fighting. You use that 2v1, and I'm going to glaze Paris because they are really, really good at doing this. When you get into numbers situation, I could not give a fuck what your game plan is. I don't care what your GP is, what your system is, I don't care about any of that. You got numbers, you use it, because guess what? You then adapt from it. Because now why? You put yourself in an advantage. Because then, once you kill this guy, and they spawn slightly deeper, then you play good positions after that. Then you can play your game plans after that. Then you can play your flow after that, right? Because then if they're all here and they have to do this, or they've got to take timings like this, well, guess what? I'm here playing info. Or guess what? I'm here playing info. Oh, we're keeping the game... Well, we'll say only one guy pushes out. Let's say another guy's like here. One guy towards the back. One guy refilling like this. We keep the game control in front of us. But guess what? If there's 3 people doing this, boom, 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 right? So FaZe, in my opinion, they do a good job of step 1, and this is the same problem that Carolina had on exposure, not exposure, on fucking Colossus. Is they do the step 1 really well, but when you get to the step 2, where you soak your time, when you play your advantages, when you play your numbers, they're not aggressive enough, in my opinion. They just got to play to die here. I would rather 3 try and go for his 1 here to take his numbers, and then we spawn him slightly deeper because we've got progression. And he can then repinch it if needed. And then everyone else refill through time, right? That's what I'm gathering so far. There you go, you see? Take the same fights. You see how they're trying to take the same fights? Now we turn around, all good. Drowsy does a really, really good route. I guess the 3P is fucking hell. It's not even a good example to use. Holy shit. But like you get, so minus Drowsy's play. Forget Drowsy for a second here. Forget him. Let's pretend he's not here. But look at him. They have 3 people basically in positions to take the same fights. This is what we mean. He's in a position to fight Simp. He's in a position to then eventually fight Simp. He can turn around and fight Simp, right? When you know where the pressure's coming from, that's the whole point of an advantage. Now, obviously, I want to see number 6 go rogue a little bit, but I mean, obviously, keep the game controlled, whatever, don't care. Forget this guy. These two don't care. But look, this is what I'm saying. Is when you know where they're spawning, you know what routes they're most likely to take. When you start thinking ahead what your enemies could do, you predict what they could do. You start reading the pressure, you start reading the info, you position yourself for that. Once you time your stuns, you time your nades, once you're in good positions, you camera, you pop, whatever. All these different things, as soon as you start seeing multiple, you fight at the same time. That's it. Literally, that's it. Would 6 go rogue and 5 play for mid? Honestly, Ziact, I would rather 6 go rogue here because there's 25 seconds left. I would rather they just play the wave and flip anyway. I couldn't give a fuck. I'd be like, yo, 6 go rogue, take your time in. Obviously, we don't know where number 2 is. Number 2 makes a good play. But I think in my opinion, once he clears his time in, I think he just got to go. Because you know, okay, once you get to this position, your internal clock is telling you they all spawned in. You're checking top. You don't see anything after 1 or 2 seconds. You're like, all right, nobody's here. I'm going to go rogue. He has a free life. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. Again, when you have your free life, you need to use it. Because once he then, imagine this. If number 6 went ASAP Rocky, let's say he took a risk. Number 6 took a risk, used his free life, doesn't clear his timings. He's just gone. He doesn't clear his timing. He's just gone. And he kills 3. Or we know where all 3 is. He gets 1. We know where all 3 is. He ends up spawning close. Right? Well, using process of elimination, you don't see this guy after a couple, like after 5, 6 seconds, 7 seconds, whatever. Yo, he's probably pinching, right? That's why the free life is so important, is because that's how you punish teams and use process of elimination to figure out where the last guy is, and you just turn around for it. Timings. That's what we mean by timings. Potentially. All right, 5 seconds left. All right, let's see what their game plan is. Let's see what their system is. Let's see what they can do together. I'm expecting 3 and 1 maybe to do something together. 2 can play 6, 4 take a route. I mean, I don't know if I agree with 4 taking a route here. I think 1 plays top, 3 and 4 take this. I don't think you need to take a route. You already have progression and you've got the first kill of new. So we 2v1 this. This guy can take a time in. This guy goes top and we're all just fighting together. So I don't agree with this. I imagine 4 and 3 are here fighting 8. And then 1 can go top ring. Because you can still nade, stun him, back him down. Maybe he's going to take a time in. Because like the same thing would have been achieved, but like easier, in my opinion. Isn't 4 playing for long control? He is. No, he is. But you could also play long control here though. Right? Why not 2v1 this guy? Obviously in hindsight we know it's only the one guy. Which I guess I get this. But I think even just from the wave before, he gets progression. We get the first kill. We know we're looking for 2. And we know where the other 2 are spawning. So it's like 4 and 3, just take the time in. Like they can't already refill 8. They can't already be where 8 is because we had made 2 kills and they don't have the timing. Right? Like hindsight aside, just counting your kills. They can't be there. So like if 3 and 4 had just aped this guy out, stun him, naded him, and they pushed out. Maybe 7 spawned slightly deeper. And then they can have long control here. And then they can do what they need to do. In my opinion. Because then we won't have situations where 3 is like feeling like he has to play this and he can help push out. And then now you have both sides. You can crossfire these guys. Because like that's what I see teams do. Is they play for both sides of long control. If they know from a previous wave you have like this. Or you have like this. And then you have like unlimited crossfires going on. So like right here, how do we fight together? Can we fight together? We have numbers. Can we fight together? Nice, we're trading. Right, now, how do we team shoot here? Can we team shoot something here? See, like little things like that. And then now here's the streak. 20 seconds. I'm going to use that streak. Right, let's see what 8 does. I wouldn't mind if 8 wants to play aggressive. I mean, they're going to win the game. Who cares? They basically lose it on a P4 to P5. And it comes down to just basically not team shooting. Like, that's the point I'm trying to make. Is like, they are, again, I'm going to reiterate it like a broken record. They are really good at the step ones. When it comes to punishing teams, using their advantages. How many advantages did we see them lose? How many 4v2s, 4v3s, just by simply not doing something at the same time? How many times do we see them not do something together in order to get out of a blend or to punish teams? Imagine, my final assessment is, imagine for the first 5-6 hills, every single time they had an advantage, they had one wave where they played together. And they team shot something together. And they took the same fights together. Whether they communicated, whether they know part of their game plan, I could not care less. Imagine they had done that. This goes to map 5. That's it. No, end of discussion. In my opinion, they don't need a change. They don't need any of that. They just gotta work on just doing something together. That's it.